guys, I am Chris Gaylor.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin, and today we are back with you with Vinland Saga. Episode 13.
Yes.
First season.
Last episode, Askeladd needed to find a way to get out of where they were because Thorkel's group were coming in fast. They were going to catch up, so he sent a message over the river to Wales and got a general to show up with three boats to have them cross over. So now we're in Wales. Askeladd obviously seems to know these people. Even like, of course, like they are the last remnants of Rome of old.
Old Britannia.
Yes, and he's interested in the culture. He's wearing an armor that's similar to that culture as well. So there are ties there. We just don't know much about them, but it's interesting. And the plan is to cross Wales with their help, these guys' help, in exchange for Canute giving them a promise that, there's not going to be any fights between them, England, and Wales.
In the future, you won't meddle with our affairs, and we won't bother you with yours.
Yes. So Canute is too shy. He's not out of his shell yet, but there's a lot on his shoulders. He's expected to grow up fast. When Askeladd looks at him, he doesn't see a king, but at first we were like, there's a chance to change him, there's a chance for him to grow, but maybe Askeladd likes that. And we still have time to teach him some stuff, like make him grow, give him ideas and make things better for us and people of Wales and stuff through him, who knows.
Yeah.
But so we're in Wales and we are currently being attacked. So let's protect Canute, let's survive and keep moving. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these episodes, you guys, and check out our Patreon for the full-length reactions.
Alright, let's go! Child of a hero.
God damn. No,
Is that a young Askeladd?
I was like, what happened?
That's the commander.
Yeah. I was like,
that's Askeladd.
I know, I said...
Oh, shit!
So his mom is from Wales, okay. At first I was like, Thorfinn is carrying Canute? Oh wait, no. New opening? Shit! I just booked out that. Okay. This is really cool.
Oh, is he gonna be king?
I don't know, he's carrying the crown, he's not wearing it.
Yeah, but we know that Canute is not ready yet.
But he's got the future of England with him, so he can do whatever he wants with it. They got attacked. Well, we got attacked.
We don't know where he is right now.
He sounds stronger than he looks, honestly.
Well, he is king.
And that doesn't mean shit. You can be king and be weak as fuck. Last episode, it's like I felt he was dying and now he sounds better. That's how we say hello.
我らの言葉を話すか万人よ言葉の通じぬけだものだと聞いていたかな兵を引け我らウェールズに益はない西欧をもんぱかるあなたを尊敬しているだが我々はあなたとは
You don't know, talk to us.
どんな約束をするというのだ所詮は蛮族何わめいてんだあの野郎やんのかやんねえのか
You're just proving him right.
This way.
こりゃ戦にはならねえよ言葉わかんのかビョルいやわかんねえ
Just trust Askeladd.
その木なら最初の矢で死人が出てたはずだぜはったり聞かせてつぶさに見てきたぞかの国と休戦協定を結びことごとく破ってきた
Mean.
王子を捕らえ我らが盾にする
They need the prince alive.
すまんなアシェラット
どうせ茶番です。出方を見ているんでしょう。
Hope you're right.
お前の計画を
それもいいでしょうが、少し付き合ってやるのも一興かと。
Hang in there.
こちらにおわすお方こそ、スベン陛下のご子息。
I feel really bad for him.
これより殿下が。
Oh,
What?
って聞くがよい
He hasn't said a word to us, and you want him to do a speech?
何でもいいんですよ。似てくるぞとかなんとか不快感を表明してやってください。
Fuck you!
金玉縮みやがって道を譲るでしょう。
Everything is on you.
Oh.
What did you expect? You saw him earlier in front of allies.
人前で話されるのがお嫌いなのだここはわしが
なりません。
If he's to become a king, he needs to do something.
果たすべき責任がございます。
True.
This is what I meant by shaping him a little bit last episode. Have him get out of his shell.
Even if he's a gentle person, he needs to talk for himself.
殿下の何がわかる親子兄弟が相食らう狐の巣だその中を生き延びるのにどれほど苦労なさったか殺し息を殺し今日までやってこられたのだそれでも次々殿下を利用せんとすり寄ってくる
You're lucky to have him around.
どのように振る舞われようとも
So he might not be that innocent.
Thank
He's
you,
seen
Ragnar.
shit.
何を言い争っておるか
グラティアヌス殿、彼らに計画を伝えます。ラグナル殿、お言葉ごもっともです。殿下の恩名を案ずるあまり、つい出過ぎたことを申しました。どうかご容赦くださいませ。
This is not the Askeladd we're used to. This is different. He's judging so hard.
お前本当に俺とタメか
People react to trauma differently, man.
ラグナルと言ったかひな鳥もいつかは巣立つということを知らんなかえってひなに良くない
Chick.
When he's like a baby chick.
I know, but since he looks like a woman, it sounds like.
心得ております。
Do you connect? Since we started the episode with the flashback, do you see yourself in Canute a little bit?
Maybe.
And that's why he
I
has
mean-
pity. That's why he's acting out of character. Because he feels. Yeah, he has a pity for the guy and he doesn't want to push him too far. Maybe.
事情はわからんでもないが困るんだよね
話はついてると聞いたんだ。
I told them we were gonna get the prince. I can change my plan.
兵糧を求められてもね二つ返事はできないんだよ対面ってものがあるからねどういう見返りがあるのか見返りについて証述しないのはためと記したはずだがその機密について
一ついいかな。帰りの内容によっちゃもうありえるかね。アッサー殿。
苦を怒らせようものならよくわかってる
確認したまでさ。
He said no match for the king of Denmark. He's playing a double game.
野郎がデンマーク人だって
Yeah,
こと
not
で
just.
Not just from
I
Denmark.
feel like he might want to betray you all.
何も話はしねえ
なんだ拗ねてんのかでけえ図体して
喧嘩なら買うぞ
まあ落ち着けよあいつはいい狩猟だ稼がせてくれるんなら心情がどうでも俺はついてくぜ
I feel like it's relevant.
What is the secret?
にわかには信じがたい直系のリディア様の子だ
Was she a princess, maybe?
我らローマンケルトの偉大なる指導者
Okay,
の血が受け継
okay,
すると貴殿は
ウェールズとデーンの根血だ。
okay, confirmed.
父オラフはかつて
Conquered, so he
リ
captured.
ディアを愛称として去った
Okay.
生まれたのが俺だ。
Huh.
So
That's
you,
rough, buddy.
you also have a great bloodline.
So that's why he connects so
ア
much.
ルトリウス公の子孫だと
Fuck him.
What?
アルトリウス世紀にかけて活躍した信仰著しいサクソン人イングランド人の軍勢を平和をもたらしたアーサー王伝説の原型になったとされる人物である
This is really cool. Dude, you're important.
14歳の時初めて私と会った
He brought her home.
月のない人だったよ。長いこと親父の寝室で飼われ、馬小屋で飼われていた。
Fuck.
それにしても偉大なる血統最後の一人がデーン人との根血とは
So he's like the
根血。
best of both worlds, basically.
これはデーン人に溶け込ん
He,
だ。
yeah, he's playing a double game.
デンマーク軍内に俺という工作員
God damn. Okay.
次のデンマーク王に仕立て上げれば国政の要職につける家臣条約を結ばせることすらできる。奴らには一歩も
Okay.
踏み入れさせん。
Finally, we get actual
More about
fucking
this
answers.
character.
Yes. And it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
デーン人の中で生まれ育った貴殿だ。アルトリウス公の血が常に
He's here, right?
言い切れるかね。
血の問題は別にしても俺はデーン
Ah,
人が
yeah.
嫌
I
い
wondered because his father technically enslaved his mom.
Use his mom.
武器を手放すなどありえぬこの国を通行する間なったふりをするだけです武器は返されます
And it also answers why it felt like he would say one thing to his men and another to Thorfinn, and how he seemed to connect to the Viking culture without connecting to the Viking culture.
But he's playing a dangerous game.
よし信玄再開
But I'm a bit scared if Bjorn finds out that Askeladd is technically fighting for
Yeah.
Wales instead of for the Danes.
The men want to follow him because he brings them money, but Bjorn is actually asking questions and he's wondering. So
I
he's
don't-
the one that said where he comes from might not, be of a small importance.
角が生えてねえな。
They're like, ah, they're monsters, and Thorfinn is like,
石投げてみるか。やめろバカ。
hey, we're just pretending. Don't threaten us.
見てんじゃねえぞタコが。
見てんじゃねえよお姫様。てめえの口で言えや。舌がねえのか。
Come on.
僕は臆病で喋らないわけじゃ。慎重なんだ。
Feels like he needs to explain.
Thorfinn's also the same age as the prince.
It's easier.
僕の発言には政治的な意味が生じるのだ。陛下のお許しもなく不快感の表明だのできるわけがない。
You just suppressed them all. He spoke. The prince spoke.
慎重なのだ。
But that's a valid reason. Okay.
そこそこマシな言い訳言うじゃねえか。おつむは足りてるようだな。
Because he's getting on his nerves.
この無礼者。
I mean, would you if you're being called princess?
今まで僕にこんな態度を取る者などいなかった。
They're gonna become
That's-
best friends.
That's the
発
kid.
言を取り消せ。王族の苦労の何がわかる。
くんじゃねえよ座ってろ。
わめいてなどおらぬ。正しさを主張しているだけだ。
Yes.
はいわかった。
I like this. I think Thorfinn's attitude towards him, like he's not treating him like a prince or anything. He's insulting him, he's putting him down, he's judging him, and he felt like when you get judged like this, you feel like you need to explain yourself. So it got on his nerves, and yeah, they are gonna piss each other off, but you got him out of his shell.
Yuki.
He's such a sweet boy. Birds and snow.
マシア伯領の北端を横断してゲインズ原を目指しましょう敵の領地を進むというのか雪に振り込められたら身動きが取れなくなる心配いりませんよ
Nous passerons par les mines. You thought of that too? The Moria.
デーン人に力を貸すとは思えん平気平気方向転換だぐずぐずするな
And Canute is Legolas because of his hair. He'll walk on snow.
Yeah.
アシュラッドの判断に間
With
違い
his birds. Why do I have the impression that that's a bad decision?
Everything is a bad decision. We are in enemy territory, or we're either going against the enemy or snow, the elements. And we're being led by a guy who wants to, well, who hates the
I
Danes,
mean,
so...
I'm expecting Askeladd to do not kill his men right away.
No,
because he needs
he's-
them.
that's not the plan, but still. It's just not a safe situation for everyone, you know?
But if you could choose between fighting the weather or fighting the enemy, which one would be better in your case?
Well, the enemy, if you fight the weather, you can't win.
Sure.
You're gonna make me go. You're gonna make me wrong. Night. You're gonna make me go.
I like this one, but I'm gonna miss the first one. Cool. Valkyrie's taking you to Valhalla.
Oh, man.
Okay.
What do you want to start with?
Askeladd.
Man.
Man.
I did not expect him to descend from the great old bloodline of Britannia.
I guessed last episode that he was somehow from Wales, so now it's confirmed. His mom is from Wales and she was taken as a slave, prisoner, concubine, by his father who was Viking, Dane. And he hates Danes. He hates Vikings. He hates his men because of what they put his mother through, and he... I guess his speech, like, we should go back and rewatch the speech he gave Thorfinn about Rome and the ancient civilization and stuff, about how everyone ends up dying at one point, like dusk, dawn, all of that, like
Yeah.
it comes from for everyone. But then he also said, like, we're not beaten yet, and now it makes a lot more sense if you change those, like, if you think of him as a Viking and you change that for, I think of him as Welsh, I think of him as a descendant of
Like,
those great leaders of
Those are
old,
my
Arthur
sister.
men.
We're still fighting. We're still there. We're not dead yet.
We're not defeated, and we're not going to be defeated. That makes a lot of sense. It felt hard to speak of him in the past because he would say one thing to his men, he would say something else to Thorfinn, he would go back on his plans, or like 1 second he'd be saying like, you know, part of his plan sounds like, oh, we're going that direction, but then he says something that makes us think like, oh, maybe he has another plan. So now that we know this, it makes a lot more sense. And I feel like
It does make
it's-
it does make more sense that he's not willing to have a real commitment or real loyalty to Dane's leader or to English leaders, basically, because he's not fighting for them. If you think about it,
we were thinking like, oh, as a Viking he's not really following any army, like he's doing his own thing, but now it's beyond that. He's not connecting with the Danes as a group of people. He hates them, and his entire plan is to somehow grow, like he can blend in because of his father. So to get a good standing, a good name, people who follow him. They did say they would follow him no matter where he comes from because he
Some-
gives them money. So
some
there's
of
that.
them.
Well, I mean,
Some-
if the truth ever came up that he was part Welsh, they still, I don't think they would care much. Yeah, some of them, maybe Bjorn would be worried, but I think it's because Bjorn knows him a little more than the others, and he would be wondering like, oh, like kind of like us, like he'd be listening to all the, like remembering all the conversations of old and be like, oh shit, wait, maybe that's what he meant, you know, maybe because
yeah. But I think even if he was part Welsh, part Dane,
he is.
Yeah, he is. I don't think that there would have been a problem if he acted like a Dane, fighting for the Danes, like just bringing money for them.
He's doing his
But
job as a Viking. That's not
If
changing.
in the future he decided to change sides and just fight with the Welsh against the Dane in general.
But that's not his plan. I don't think they can win against England because it's the Danes, but they want to overtake England. So that would basically put together two big armies, two big countries. The Welsh, they are divided into several kingdoms. They are not united. They are strong enough to withstand, I guess. But I don't feel like the Danes or the English really tried to invade or anything. But if they did try, I'm not sure they would win. The Welsh, I don't think they would win. So the plan is not to fight back. The plan is to have them leave them alone. He wants to protect his country because he's fucking done with his father's side of the family, just, you know, making them suffer. So that's what he said his plan was. I don't think they plan on attacking at all, so there's no point in switching sides. Where it gets tricky is if we find out that he's playing a double game and he doesn't like that, he hates Danes, he hates these guys. He's been using them to achieve his own personal goal. I got like Black Sails flashbacks. Maybe someone like Bjorn could be thinking like, oh shit, he's not been honest with us, and there's a chance that he'll sacrifice us for his people back home. So
Do you think that Thorfinn will understand that Askeladd is fighting to not fight anymore?
and that's we'll go back to Thorfinn, but the way you said it is interesting because that reminds me of Thor's. That could be one of the reasons why he respected the guy so much. Like, he had a job to do, he had to, you know... It's always that with Askeladd, I feel. He's pretending to do some stuff for his men, for the money, but deep down there's another side of him that looks up to Thor, as a guy like that who became a true warrior, who managed to find peace and leave the fighting behind. And I don't know, I feel like maybe he connects to that, and like you said, he's fighting currently to not have to fight in the future. I like that. As for Thorfinn, I don't think he gives a shit.
And I mean, I honestly found it funny the fact that he insulted the prince because in his mind, the prince is weak. He has
Yeah.
a weak character, he cannot defend himself, he doesn't know how to fight.
But he doesn't understand his father or people like Canute.
It's
There are
true.
different types of strength.
They are different of strengths, and Thorfinn has a long way for growth still,
I mean,
and he's
Canute,
not there yet.
Canute is innocent in some ways, but Thorfinn is innocent in other ways. Like, they are both kids. At the end of the day, they have different experiences. They've been through trauma, both of them, but they reacted differently. Like, Thorfinn was forced to fight back in order to survive, whereas for like, that was his way of surviving. And Canute's way of surviving was to make himself small, silent, be careful of the people he
wallflower.
angered. So he basically had to disappear. So if he fought back, he would have been killed. Whereas for Thorfinn, if he had not fought back, he would have been killed. So they are similar, but they just reacted differently to their trauma. At the end of the day, I'm glad that Canute responded to Thorfinn. Thorfinn is, acknowledging that, yeah, I mean, you got a good reason. I'm still going to mock you because he
Princess.
doesn't respect that strength. He doesn't respect that attitude. That's not how he chose to fight back. You got to have an open mind, man. Your father told you that the best warrior doesn't have to fight. Canute is choosing peace. He's trying to keep things, he's thinking about things. He's not trying to, like, he cannot do things on his own like you're doing. Like, Thorfinn is making decisions for himself without thinking about what is putting his family through.
True.
But Canute cannot do that because like you said, his words mean so much. They have so much weight.
Value, yeah.
Yeah, if he does the wrong thing, says the wrong thing, makes a treaty that his father's not happy with, he could screw people over. If you sign something for them, for the Welsh, a peace treaty, and his father chooses, like, oh, I never signed this, I choose not to honor this, and he attacks, that's just on him, So he's got to be really careful, but Thorfinn is definitely not going to like that because he doesn't want to lie down and die. He doesn't want to let things, people walk all over him. Still, he does what Askeladd asks of him, so it's a bit selfish to judge Canute because he's just silent about it. But
I will also say that right now, Thorfinn is pretty much selfish because he doesn't think about repercussion on other people's. In his mind, the only thing that matters is my revenge. I need to do this and that and this and that to get my revenge. I don't care if I'm hurting other people's. That's his thing.
which is why I feel like in the last episode I said that Canute's way of thinking should probably influence Thorfinn a little bit, and Thorfinn could influence Canute a little bit.
Think before you act, maybe.
Or have an open mind about the different ways you can fight, the different ways you can do things. Like, it's not just one path that's in front of you. There are many ways to do things, and sometimes peace is better than war and revenge. But yet, going back to Canute as future king and why Askeladd would see an interest in having him become king. First of all, he means power. He represents power. So if you bring him back, he owes you stuff. So he's right. He could become really important. Like in the opening, he's got the crown in his hands and he chooses what he does with it.
Yeah.
And beyond that, I was wondering last episode, like, maybe we could model him, change him. I was also thinking maybe we can put in his head the ideas of, they were talking about making Welsh the people free from the tyranny that's been going on and safe from the English and the Danes. So putting those ideas in Canute's head, that's great. Even better than that, if you have him be indebted to Askeladd, and Askeladd ends up with the power to make sure that treaty is going to go, you then give peace to your people and your country. It's the ultimate revenge, so make sure that they are never going to be allowed to interfere for, in the future. And Canute being, he's following his religion, he's more into peace, he's turning the other cheek. He's not a fighter per se. That could change, but right now that's the idea he's portraying. He's been through some shit. I feel like Askeladd felt a little bit of pity, like he might not want to change that. You might want to use that because it's better to have a king who doesn't want to fight you in the future, you know? And I think, like, maybe, I don't know, he was also a scared little kid. I don't know what his situation was, but it could not have been good if he hates the Danes and he did everything to bring back his mother home. Like, it's like he saw what his mother went through and he himself was a little child that could not do shit.
Like he said, his mom was a slave to his father.
Yeah.
she was kept in his father's bedroom, and when she got sick, they put her in the stable.
They were nothing, so they had. I think he maybe had to do the same as Canute to survive, like shut up and be small and invisible so you don't die, so your mother doesn't get shit. And then he managed to flee and bring her home. So maybe, like, I felt like maybe he saw a little bit of himself at that age in Canute, and that's why he took pity on him and he didn't force him to do anything. And he said the plan, but yeah, it's interesting. I like that we finally got some backstory when it comes to Askeladd.
I'm glad that we got some backstory with Canute also,
Him
because
too.
honestly, it changed a lot when you understand that the fact that he's not shy, but he's quiet so much is because of trauma, not because he's just really shy. So it adds another layer to his character, you know.
I mean, not everyone, I guess, but when you're shy, it's probably because when you grew up, there was a reason for you not to speak up. Like, you were not encouraged to speak up.
To be open and loud.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's not always that, but that's how I'm seeing Canute's situation. I mean,
without
to
the
a bigger
blood
level.
and the killing.
Yeah, because, like, if you add to that the royal family and what it means to be in the royal family, it's expectations, it's, you know, consequences to what you say. You are an important person and people would be fighting over who gets the crown next and the power.
I mean,
so
if you have other brothers, other cousins, you might want to get rid of them so you have the power.
Especially if Canute was sickly, like Ragnar said, like he would have been a target, so might as well be invisible so people do not think of him. So he learned how to survive by being silent.
A wallflower.
I feel really bad for him. But I like that he spoke up this episode. Thorfinn's attitude is pissing him off.
That's what you get when you have someone the same age as you who treats Luyak like shit.
Yeah.
Who doesn't care about your titles.
Yeah, well, anyway, so we'll see how that turns into friendship. Okay,
They're gonna become best friends.
Yeah, maybe. That's it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching it with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't want to, the next one shall be on YouTube pretty soon.
Next week.
See you then, guys.
Bye.